Welcome back to Instant Replay. Time now for the press box, taking a look at some things that happened over this weekend. And let's get going, Mary. The Cowboys played their first game of the season tonight at the New York Giants. How did they look to you?
That was a good old-fashioned blowout.
Right.
What a performance, an electric start to the game, 2 defensive touchdowns. We saw it all. There were a lot of question marks going into this game. It felt like maybe we might see a little bit more of a rivalry, close game. That was not the case at all. Huge defensive performance, and I'm excited to see what's going to be next against the Giants, for sure, or the Jets.
Against the Jets, yeah. So what did they have? The Cowboys today, 7 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and a blocked kick. I mean, that is domination. We heard all training camp about how good this Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be this season. They want to be one of the best. And now, honestly, the Giants are not one of the best teams out there. Yeah. So I think the stats are probably a little overinflated, but still a great start for the Dallas Cowboys and that defense. The Texans were in Baltimore earlier this afternoon. Why did they look a lot like the Texans, Mary, of the last 2 seasons?
Well, I need to start with this. This game was a score-a-gami, people. We've never seen a 25-9 score.
Score-a-gami. I love you broke that out.
That's a win.
Love it, love it.
That's a win within itself. But I don't agree. I think that this team has some exciting pieces, I should say.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud looked poised. He was sacked 5 times. He had a fumble, but he looked poised, and it's going to be very interesting to see how he progresses week to week. The defense also had a very strong performance. There's young stars stepping up. It's going to be a slow progression, but they're going to continue to impress little by little each week. So I don't think they're the same as years past.
The only thing I find that's the same, at least from this first game, is their lack of running attack. I know Baltimore's good against the run, but still, Houston has to be able to run the ball to give CJ a better chance. And I am pleased, though, with the rookie for not turning the ball over. That's pretty remarkable. 49,342 showed up to the Alamo Dome for the UTSA Texas State game. The I-35 showdown was close all the way through the 4th quarter. UTSA wins 20-13. Both teams are 1-1. What are your takeaways from the game, and will the Roadrunners be ready for Army and the Dome this coming Friday night at 6 p.m., Mary? Now, this is a short week for the Roadrunners.
Very short week. Well, there's no doubt about the fact that this group filled with veterans, there's so much emotion, and they're going to leave it all out there this season. So regardless of how this year finishes, this veteran group, Frank Harris, Mekhi Hart, everyone, unfortunately, Hart being injured for the long term, but they're going to give it their all. So I'm excited to see what they accomplish. You only go as far as your defense takes you, and that's kind of my takeaway for UTSA.
Okay.
7 sacks led by Trey Moore with 3 of his own, and they just need to do a little bit more offensively. Everyone knows that when you watch these games. Coach Jeff Traylor knows that. They just need to unlock a little bit more on that side of the ball. But overall, much improved from already a good game against Houston that they lost.
Trey Moore, a beast out of Smithson Valley. So what a time for the Texas Longhorns, who are now ranked 4th in the AP. They upset number 3 Bama last night in Tuscaloosa. How did they do it, and what happens when they face 2-0 Wyoming this weekend? Quickly, Mary.
They did it because of Quinn Ewers. He had 3 TDs, no interceptions, and they capitalized on turnovers. It was a massive game. I think they'll be just fine against Wyoming. They proved a lot with this win against Bama.
Yep, I think they'll be just fine as well. And that does it for the press box.